It's the last post and the last days for these Dutch soldiers who are quitting Iraq. Holland is the 17th country to pull troops out. This bleak outpost will soon be home to 450 fresh Australian soldiers. From Al Samawa to Baghdad is just 250 kilometres, but nearly 2 years after the mission was accomplished, and it's just too treacherous to drive to the capital. Instead, you must first go south to Kuwait, fly to Jordan, and then fly again to Baghdad.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Baghdad International.
This place is very dangerous. And the most dangerous road in the whole country is the 3-kilometre run from the airport to the main highway.
If we come under contact and the car gets immobilised that way, we won't get out of here until Raina's giving us cover.
The hotel was little comfort. Room 1022 had just taken a rocket, and for a moment I thought more might be on the way. Few foreigners ever step outside the fortified hotels now. But you must if you're to get inside the walled American compound, a number of car bombs right here at this entrance, and access the helicopters deep inside. I'm heading 150 kilometres northwest from Baghdad to Tikrit, Saddam's hometown. These gunships operate in pairs. Each is giving cover to the other. No road is safe in Iraq now. The sky is where the Americans have the advantage.
The safest form of travel right now is by air, but the fact that you can travel by air right now and not have to get shot down is a big step.
Lieutenant Colonel Todd Wood's battalion is based here in Tikrit, a camp aptly named Camp Danger. He talks of a more secure Iraq.
Look, just to get us here to your base, 2 helicopter gunships. 12 months ago, it was a couple of hours' drive. Security improved?
I will tell you that the tactics of the insurgent have changed. He's a thinking enemy. He concentrates on the roads now and not the air.
And he's winning.
He's not winning.
The Americans are here on a massive scale. Saddam's Tikrit compound that they've taken over just beggars belief. There are near 60 palaces here. Yes, 60, scattered around artificial lakes. But inside, grand marble spaces have been transformed to fit the new circumstances. Nevertheless, the new, real world hits the Americans the moment they leave the compound.
Some units have lost soldiers right outside the gate to IEDs.
IED is jargon for improvised explosive device. The exposed gunners on the top of the Humvees are invariably young men and understandably nervous.
Iraqi police here.
Some still have a little to learn about winning hearts and minds of Muslims. Letting loose with his pistol didn't improve the circumstance.
On patrol with your soldiers the other day, in my Humvee, the top gunner directing the traffic screamed out to Iraqis, "Move over, mother!" You're never going to win carrying on like that.
Absolutely, and that is exactly the kind of attitude and exactly the kind of behavior that as leaders we're fighting over here all the time.
So you're failing?
No, we're not failing. If I can win this fight by putting a bullet between a terrorist's eyes, and that helps me win, that's great. If I can win this fight by building a hospital and defeating the terrorists that way, then that's great too. Well, I just want to stop by and say hi. It's always good to see you guys.
In his own small way, Colonel Wood is doing his bit to repair the immense damage done by America's crimes at Abu Ghraib prison and elsewhere. America desperately wants to be liked again. So they hand out teddy bears, toss muffins from armoured cars, and pay to rebuild a hospital.
Very clean, very clean.
But what Iraqis remember is being told to F off, being shot at, and having their doors kicked in at night. Tonight the soldiers have intelligence that a suspect is hiding here. They cuffed and blindfolded the man of the house, corralled the women, and turned the place upside down. But the intelligence was faulty.
Once we were about 10 minutes into the objective, I kind of realized that we had a case of, on my part, really either not developing the intelligence enough on my part, or possibly on the source's part, just some bad intel. Sorry to inconvenience you tonight.
The exit is as graceful as the circumstances permitted.
We had some information. We thought some folks out here might be involved in some attacks on coalition forces. So we're sorry for the inconvenience to your family tonight.
The captain left around $20 conscience money and ordered the woman's husband released.
We didn't mistreat anybody. We closed out with the family. Repaid him a little bit just for any sloppiness in the house, and didn't break anything. So I feel like we didn't create any extra enemies or anything there either. So.
If when you eventually leave here, the people are hating you more, then what's been your achievement?
I know how I would feel to have a foreign power on my soil, but I feel like that they do understand what we're trying to do for them, and they do appreciate the newfound freedoms that they've got.
Colonel Wood says the insurgents are now going for softer targets, like locals cooperating with the coalition. Iraqi police are especially vulnerable.
What happened here?
One attack was particularly sadistic.
Insurgents came in, killed the gate guard, came to the location where you're standing right now, put all the police on their knees and slit their throats.
How many?
12 altogether. One at the front gate and 11 right here.
The colonel says these guerrilla tactics are counterproductive.
This location up here is where the second bomb was placed.
Well, maybe they are, but on the street, opinion is profoundly opposed to the coalition forces. Do you want the Americans to stay or go?
I want all the foreigners out of Iraq.
Australian troops are about to come here.
We don't need him.
Is it good or bad that Australians come?
We don't need him.
Of course it's bad for the Australian people and the Australian soldiers. They're gonna be killed. It's hell in here.
The hell, where the extra Australian troops are going, is not as hot as the American sectors. At the Dutch base back in Samoa, it was party time. And who wouldn't be happy to be getting out of here?
All my friends at home, and see you soon.
They want a safe environment to work in. Now that means Australians doing the dangerous work, like these Brits, patrolling the streets and maintaining law and order, the stuff that cost the Dutch the lives of 2 of their soldiers. The British commander here is Lieutenant Colonel Tim Wilson.
And yes, this is a more secure environment than perhaps Baghdad, but it's still got some way to go.
The war grinds on. No weapons of mass destruction, but daily discoveries of hidden ordnance must be dealt with. This youngster, the suspect in this case, will be taken here, the Tikrit version of Abu Ghraib prison, where, it's said, with dignity and respect, he will be interrogated in these purpose-built rooms.
Colonel, dignity and respect, but you must be expecting this question. Do you bash here?
No. Do I what?
Bash.
As in beat a prisoner?
Yeah.
No, negative. We don't do that here.
But given America's disgraceful treatment of prisoners of war, what would Colonel Martinez be saying that was different, if they are still bashing?
So I would think that if something were happening at this facility, that it would get out. Nowadays, and this is what happened in Abu Ghraib, with the digital cameras that we have now, people do dumb things, they make dumb mistakes, and there's always someone watching, taking pictures, and somehow, some way, in a democratic society, it makes its way out. But at the end of the day, that's not done here.
America says it will get out of Iraq as soon as these troops are ready to take their place. But has America the stomach to wait that long?
If you take a look at our history, we've been in Korea for a long time. We're still there. We had occupational forces in Japan for more than 20 years. So we have, as a nation, we've got the kind of fortitude to see it through.